Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Alpha Human Talks with Añuli. My name is Añuli. It's good to have you here again. I hope everyone is keeping well and everyone is safe. Thank you for all my subscribers, for all those who liked my last video and had seen my other videos, who also commented. Thank you so much for your comment. If you didn't see the last video when I was talking about how talented women thrive, interrogating how Kamala Harris and her journey and how you and I can reflect on it and take aboard the action steps that she took on, just click on the description box and watch. I'm looking forward to your comment. Today, I want us to talk about and, if possible, interrogate a particular terminology that has evolved over time. And today I'm going to be looking at what's most important, beauty or intelligence, or smartness, like my daughter would say. What is most important? And I know that in my own personal opinion, society has given you and I the definition of what beauty is or should be. Society has done so many things to us that in having a conversation about what is beautiful or what is not, or what is generally acceptable as a standard of beauty, I find that it evolves. I remember a while ago when the word slay came into existence, or maybe it was when I realized what it was, and it felt like cool to say, oh, slay queen, slay it, she slayed it, oh my god, you're a slay queen. And the literal meaning of slay, like most of us would know, is like to kill something or someone or an animal, or to murder, right? So you can say that you're just saying, or you killed it or you murdered it. However, the way that word has transitioned, at least in Nigeria, when I hear it, like slay queen, it's like a word, it's like a term, it's like a name that you're calling someone. But the origin of that word is from the LGBTQ community, where you're also using it to like encourage or like to comment or compliment someone who's actually done well and dressed well. And is slay, comma, queen, slay, queen. So you can see it's different. So there's an involvement of every single thing that you and I have been learning and growing and developing over the years. And now the question of which is much more important, whether it's beauty or whether it's intelligence, is always open for debate. Some will argue that beauty is much more important. Some will argue that intelligence is much more important. And you have, great minds who begin to interrogate things like being sapiosexual and all of that, great terminologies that some of us have used in the past. But the narrative for me is not trying to choose one over the other. I mean, it's difficult to begin to evolve and redefine the terms of beauty and intelligence and being pretty and being smart in today's world. It's a conversation that we are always still gonna have, always still going to have this conversation. For me, I would look at if somebody who is physically adorned to be beautiful, I mean, their highs and their lows when you are giving that term and say, oh, you are so beautiful. I feel like sometimes you could be looked at as that's just all you have. Like, you're just beautiful and then that's just it. There's nothing else about you. You could be allocated certain types of jobs because of the way you look, and that's just it, And I feel like you have limited engagement. Somebody sees you and feel like, oh, you're so beautiful, so they don't necessarily the expectations are limited sometimes, and that should not be the case. But when it is that you're intelligent, I feel like intelligence gives you an entry point. Intelligence for me is, for example, having an understanding of a conversation or being able to share an educated opinion or an informed opinion about a subject going on, a subject matter. I believe that intelligence gives you a seat at the table. I believe that intelligence also helps you have an entry point. I strongly believe that. And in the argument of which is better, in my own opinion, I don't think anyone is better than anyone. No way. I feel like in educating young girls and young women who are coming up and who are trying to understand where they lie, finding themselves in between this whole space of beauty and what society says it is, and how looks are supposed to be more defining and more important. It's very, very important that we keep having these conversations and bringing in this narrative into conversations of the minds of everybody. Because girls, when you ask them who you want to be with, they describe a man who looks like a Superman with abs and, you know, a particular skin color, a particular type of hair, because society has told us that that's the kind of man we should be aspiring to have. And then for men too, some men, they look at it that this is the kind of, you know, woman that they want, soft skin, a particular complexion, type of hair, type of nails, type of leg. And a lot of us were not created by ourselves. Our God Almighty created and formed us. So society hasn't done a good job in defining what beauty should be or look like. You and I have the opportunity to be able to redefine what it is. And in redefining beauty, for me, is intelligence, is everything incorporated. And my thinking is supported by a research done by the American Psychology Association, which actually says they've done amazing research trying to figure out which is better. Some say that yes, I mean, some people's physical features gets them through the door, but what is between their head, their brains, their intelligence keeps them in, right? But at the end of this Harvard study, it shows that it pays to have both of them. If you're blessed with some certain type of features that society sees as standard to have and has categorized as beautiful, happy for you. But that's not the norm, because thankfully God has given everybody a different type of fingerprint. So what is beautiful to you may not be beautiful to me. What is handsome for you may not be handsome for me. And I think that is the kind of narrative that we should begin to encourage. Beauty isn't better than intelligence. Intelligence isn't better than beauty. But there's some that will argue that beauty can get you to a particular place, but intelligence keeps you there longer. You get to the conversation table and people are having conversation. And imagine you looking all that, with your hair did, nails, makeup all set. And there's a conversation happening about, you know, climate change, maybe there's a conversation about economic forum, about corruption, about, you know, election, about politics, about women in governance, about, you know, ending child marriage and FGM and all the kind of stuff, and then, you know, stopping gender-based violence, and you are articulating great, amazing points, unique points, and you actually look good doing that. To me, that's a win. That is a total win. So that is what I would like to encourage us regarding changing the narrative. Society, again, keeps on defining how it should be. And I feel like these definitions always apply to the women a lot of the times. And the men are not left out, because I feel for men sometimes, what is your own definition? What is most important to you? And you need to think about it. Your definition of beauty. Who gave you that definition? How did you come about that definition? What do you think today? How is it evolving in front of you? Beauty, intelligence is always the best way to go. But guess what is really great to have in totality? You have everything plus your personality, your character, your mind, your brain, your spirituality, at least keeping it growing, keeping it evolving over time is, for me, the best. So let me answer that question categorically. Beauty and intelligence, which is most important? None is more important than the other. Have both. You never know which one will get you a foot in the door and a seat at the table. And that's what I want to talk about today. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, this is the time to do it. This is where we have talks and conversations that can and should lead to action. Until my next video, take care of yourself and God bless.